All right, so you want to sell your house, but the first step you got to do is to pick the right realtor. So how do you pick the right realtor? How do you make sure you don't get stuck in a long contract with someone who's just not right for you? Let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to look at is you want to see how many homes per year this agent that you're going to work with sells. Not saying that someone who sells 1,000,000 homes is 1,000,000 times better than someone who sells 0 homes, but typically having a lot of experience in doing something makes you better at it. The next thing you want to look for is to check their sales history to see where they sell properties. You want to make sure when you're listing your home, you're working with someone who knows your market, your neighborhood specifically, and specializes in your area. Just because someone sells a lot of homes by the beach doesn't mean they're necessarily the best person to list your home out in the suburbs. They're different markets, the buyers are typically different, and you want to make sure that the realtor that you're working with, their marketing is geared towards your type of buyer and that they know your area. You want someone who can speak to the school district, the intricacies of your area. You know, this is right around the corner. You got Publix right here. This is what's being built down the street. Only a real market expert is going to be able to talk to buyers about that. So you want to make sure that you're hiring the local market expert for your house. So how do you find someone who specializes in your area? Well, one good place to start is Zillow.com. Zillow has a spot at the very top. It's called Agent Finder. If you click Agent Finder, you can then type your city name in and you can see which agents have sold a lot of houses in your area. It might be a good idea to give 1 or 2 of them a call to put them on your list of people to interview if you don't already have someone in mind. Zillow will show you their sales history. You can even read their reviews. So it's a good place to look for a realtor. So when you're meeting with a realtor, what does that mean? Well, typically some people will interview, one or two different realtors when they figure out who they think is best for them by doing their homework. The initial consultation, there's no pressure. It's just a conversation about, what are we going to do to sell your home? So when we get called out to list people's property, the 3 questions people typically ask us are, what are you going to do to sell my home? How much is it going to cost me? And what am I going to walk away with after the sale? And then obviously if you have any other questions, that's a good time to interview that person to make sure they're a right fit for you. You're going to be spending a lot of time with this person. You're going to be talking to them a lot. You want to make sure that not only are they professional and they know what they're talking about, but you like them too, because why would you want to work with someone who you just don't like? Remember, not all marketing plans are created equal. You want to make sure that you're getting a really robust marketing plan that covers all facets of marketing: online, digital, social media presence, print advertising, the whole thing. So make sure the realtor that you choose has a really good marketing plan. So once you agree that you like that realtor's marketing plan, typically it's time to talk about price. Now, all realtors have access to the same data and all buyers have access to the same data because in Florida, what homes sell for is public record. So be careful when hiring a realtor. A lot of people will just tell you that they could sell it for a ridiculous price because they're just trying to get that sign in the yard and trying to win your listing. You want to make sure that you're pricing it correctly. Otherwise, it's going to sit on the market for a very long time. So don't just automatically go with the realtor who promises the absolute highest price. Make sure it's realistic. So the next thing you're typically going to talk about at this initial meeting with your realtor is commissions. So commissions are negotiable in the state of Florida. Don't let anyone tell you commissions are fixed and they have to charge this. It's definitely negotiable, but you want to be careful to not necessarily just jump on the person who offers you the absolute lowest commission. As with many things in life, you get what you pay for. So if you had a legal issue or a medical issue, you wouldn't necessarily want to go to the cheapest doctor or the cheapest lawyer to get you off the case. You want to make sure they're really the best person. So if a realtor is going to reduce their commission drastically, think about how much money they're actually going to invest in marketing your property. Now, if you just want to put the property on the MLS and hope everything good happens, maybe that's an approach for you. But for most people, they want top dollar. So it's going to take some money to advertise. So be careful with commissions. Don't just jump at the absolute cheapest price. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions about how to sell your home or how to pick a realtor, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We look forward to seeing you on the next video.